Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have another room transformation to take you guys through. So I'm about to pop out to my sister's house. I have just finished doing her master bedroom makeover, so if you haven't seen that, go check that out because we are so happy with the transformation. It looks amazing. But today we are going to be working on her guest bedroom. So there's already been a couple of little changes in this room. I'll try and put in a photo of what it looked like originally because it had this really cheap laminate wood flooring, but the flooring has actually already been replaced in there. There's some nice new carpet in there. She's had it all done in like all of the bedrooms and like the hallway and stuff, so it looks a lot better. But the colour on these walls really needs to change. It's really bright, kind of vivid spearminty kind of green colour. And yeah, it definitely hurts your eyes when you're in there for too long, but it's all good because we are going to be tackling that today. It's a really good sized double bedroom. There's a really nice kind of window to the left, ensuite to the right as well, which is really handy. So slightly cheated on this because, like I said, I'm about to head there now. The room has already been painted. So that was the before, but obviously when I take you to the room now, it has already been painted because my sister's husband painted it this weekend just gone, so that we could just crack on and decorate and put everything in there. I'll show you when we get there, but the colour that we've used is actually exactly the same as the colour that we used in the office downstairs. I will link that video if you haven't already seen that. It's a colour match to a lick paint. There are a couple of quite a few limiting factors of how this room's going to look because we are not purchasing any new furniture for this room. All of the furniture going into this room has to be pre-existing stuff. We just need to rework it to kind of fit into this room. So it's not going to be one of those videos where we're starting from scratch. It's very much about kind of adapting, upcycling, making things work that we already have and doing it on a budget. So if you're in a similar position where you have loads of furniture already, you just want to revamp it, then this video is going to be perfect because that is what we are going to be doing. But I'm going to stop talking now and I'm going to take you to my sister's and show you what's been done so far. Okay, so the room has had a fresh lick of paint. So this is the same colour that we used downstairs in the office, which is a Valspar colour match of lick. Is it Blue 02? I'll put it on the screen when I find out which one it is. Yeah, so one of the lick paint colours. So it's still kind of green. We thought we'd just save ourselves, well, when I say ourselves, save Alex some time painting it and get sort of like a similar colour, but like a much more muted version. So this bed, actually, this was in my parents' house. This was my sister's bed when you were, how old? 18. 18. And she's kept it. It's going in this room, so we wanted to make sure that everything basically worked around this bed. So you may recognise these chest of drawers were ones that I featured in an upcycle video. If you guys haven't seen it, I'll link it. But these were like wooden ones, so we just painted them cream to match the bed. And we've got these really nice kind of vintagey, brassy drawer pulls on it to kind of tie back in with the brassy bits on the bed here as well. And then, like I said, for this video, we're not buying any new furniture, we're just reworking the stuff that's in here. So this is another piece of furniture that we're going to be keeping, so far more of a like traditional style. At the moment it's painted this kind of like bluey grey colour. So I have some paint left over, which is the same that I used for the bedside tables. We're going to give this a lick of paint, take it cream. We're going to keep this wooden top because it's really nice, adds a little bit of warmth to the room as well. We're going to be changing these out to match the bedside tables as well, so they kind of look like they match a little bit more. And then today what we're going to be doing is hanging the curtains. So these are exactly the same ones that we got for the master bedroom, but we got the natural ones rather than the light grey ones. These are the Lunar Blackout pencil pleat curtains, and then we have a little track that we got from B&Q as well because that worked really well in the bedroom, so we're going to just do the same in here. Everything else is kind of up in the air at the moment, but what I'm thinking is a nice little brass lamp here, then maybe some like flowers or something over there. And I think we're looking at maybe doing like 3 different prints above the bed, but maybe using like black frames, because I just think it needs a little bit more warmth in here. Not black, wooden frames, so then the wood kind of matches in with this as well. So yeah, that is the plan. But for now, we're just going to crack on doing the curtains. So first things first, we are installing the curtain track. So we opted for a curtain track rather than a pole, purely because it just kind of blends in a little bit more. They're super easy to install. The one we got was from B&Q and it was a metal one. I know IKEA do these as well, and I've heard they're actually really, really good. I would definitely recommend getting a metal one rather than a plastic one, because they just look a little bit more expensive. So to attach the curtains to the track, you have to loop through all of these little kind of plastic hooks. We need to get more of these. We actually ran out, but they're super easy just to hook the curtains on. Then you simply just lift the pole onto the brackets and that's it. Once the curtains were up, we moved on to the chest of drawers. So first things first, we took these handles off. This was actually really, really difficult. These drawers have been previously upcycled by someone else, and I think they kind of like painted them on a little bit because they were nearly impossible to get off, and they actually left quite bad marks where we had to kind of screw them off. Once they were off, we just put down a drop cloth so I could start painting. Like I said, someone else had upcycled this previously and the edges of the paint weren't brilliant, so I decided to just go in freehand rather than taping it off to make sure that I could cover absolutely everything. The paint I'm using is a Valspar wood and metal paint. It was actually a custom match that I picked up in the clearance section for £5. However, we did run out and I actually reverted back to my favourite, which is the Good Home Furniture paint in the shade Calgary. So I was going to get exactly the same handles that were on the bedside tables, but I just thought they would be a little bit small in the end, so I decided to upcycle what we already had. I had some of this Rust-Oleum gold rub and buff type paint, so I decided just to kind of dry brush it on just to spruce up what we already had. Right, let's talk about lighting. So, bedside table lights. I feel like the rules are slightly different when it's a guest bedroom, because in a master I feel like you're both going to want each have a lamp on your bedside tables, but in a guest bedroom I don't think it matters as much. Sometimes I think things can look a little too matchy, and because I feel like the whole room's been painted green, everything's like a bit cream, a bit matchy, I kind of want to break it up a little bit. So I'm just going to do one bedside lamp, which makes it easier because I actually already had something in my garage which I think could work really well. So funnily enough, like I was saying, the bed that's in that room is the one that was actually in my sister's bedroom at my parents' house previously. This lamp was actually the lamp that was in my bedroom at my parents' house as well. So I don't know, I find that kind of funny. Anyway, so I just have one of these lamps. I really like the shape of this. It's quite like a classic design, as you guys would have seen already. The room definitely has more of a... So as you would have seen already, the room's definitely got far more kind of traditional spin to it, which is very different to the kind of vibe we're going for the rest of the house. But the reason this has been sat in my garage is because I just don't really feel like it 100% goes in my house, and like I said, there's just one of them and I just kind of didn't really need just one lamp. I've kind of held on to it for sentimental reasons, but I feel like it would just go so much better in my sister's house. But I love this kind of like tapered shape of it. It's a really nice tall one. I think it would look really good. The bedside tables aren't huge, so I don't want a really big chunky lamp on there. I want something that's going to look a little bit more delicate. The room's not ginormous, so I don't want something that's going to kind of like take over the room. But it is chrome and perspex, which is obviously, what are you boys fussing about? Someone's getting a delivery and it's upsetting them. So like I was saying, the perspex and the chrome is not a vibe for this room. It will not go. So I'm gonna give it a little facelift. I'm gonna do a little bit of YouTube magic and I'm gonna spray this in my garage. And the lamp is black. So I'm trying to talk you guys through my thought process a lot more. So like I said originally, there's brass on the bed, brass on the bedside tables, brass on the chest of drawers. So I was like, oh, well, I'll do it brass because then it will kind of match. Having done it black, don't come at me, right? I know I spray paint literally everything black, but now that it's black, I think it looks so much more striking. Like, I love the shape. I think it looks really good. I also think it looks so nice and classy with the kind of creamy linen light shade. I think I'm gonna keep it black. The reason being is that I'm really worried that the room's gonna get really wishy-washy. There's a lot of kind of like light colors in there. So I feel like I need to add more kind of tones to the room. So adding something like a singular black lamp, and there'll be other accessories going in that will tie in really well, artwork, all of that. I think it will tie in a lot better. So I think I'm gonna leave it black. I may change my mind once it's in the room, but I think I'm gonna stick with this. I forgot to press record on the camera. Okay, so take two. I have this idea for some prints to go. This is really moody lighting as well. I've got an idea to go for. I've got an idea for some prints to go above the bed. So everything we're doing in my sister's house is we're trying to keep like a tighter budget. There's some things my sister wants to splash on, some things she doesn't. I'm trying to keep the budget as low as possible because I do think you can create a really amazing space and not have to spend loads of money. So with her master bedroom, obviously a lot more money was spent in that room than this room. And that's because obviously they use their master bedroom a lot more. So the master bedroom was done on a budget. We're trying to do like a super tight budget on the guest bedroom, which is totally doable. Obviously all of the furniture was already there. We've just made it work. And I want to do some bits of art, and I think that I can DIY something that's like what I've got in my mind. To be fair, I've got this set idea in my mind. I've looked online and I haven't been able to find anything, even if budget wasn't an issue. I haven't found anything that's exactly what I have in my mind. So I'm thinking of doing 3 kind of plant kind of prints, kind of like black outline drawings with a touch of watercolor. There are loads of prints like that, but they're all green. Because the whole room is green, I do not want to throw like more green to it. So not in the prints anyway. So I'm thinking of actually doing them like a little bit more moody, maybe like some neutrals, some greys. Trial and error. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but that is my thought process. And every kind of nice watercolor one that I've seen is green, and that's just not what I'm going for. So what I'm actually going to do, I've bought some nice thick stock like card kind of paper. I've ordered some frames which are on the way as well, but I'm going to basically find some outlines of some kind of like plant illustrations that I like, print it out on normal paper, trace it onto my card, and then just add a touch of watercolor to it. I don't have watercolor paints. I'm just going to use the paint that I already have and just kind of water it down, and it's trial and error, but hopefully also show you guys that, you know, you can create stuff yourself. Hopefully this will look good. I really enjoy doing this as well, so it's quite therapeutic for me, but it's just kind of nice to kind of play around with it, see how it goes. You know, in a year or 2 time, when they might decide they want to change them out for some actual professional prints, and I will not be offended by that whatsoever. But for now, I think this will be a really, really good option, and it will just save a little bit of money as well. So I might just do like 5 different ones and then just kind of cull the 2 which just look the worst. But I'm gonna just find some outlines now, print them off, and I'll show you guys what I went for. Right, here is what I went for. So I did, hopefully you guys can see that, 5 different ones. So just like loads of outliney ones. They're all kind of like similar but slightly different. Another one there, there, and this one, I mean, that's filled in, but I would just do the outlines. So I also have my card here, which I got from Amazon. So it's just A3 card. So I thought, because that's how big the frames are going to be. So I didn't want to fill the whole frame anyway. I thought just that in the middle would look really nice. Yeah, so I'm going to get a piece of card out, literally just put this on top, draw over it, but kind of like press down really hard just to get an outline. And then go over with, I've got some of these like fine line black pens, micro pigment ink for waterproof and fade proof lines. Ooh. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. Let me show you the line drawings I did for my lounge previously, because I have done something similar to this before. So if you guys saw my lounge transformation I did sometime last year, you may remember this. And these are all plant kind of outline things that I kind of traced and drew, and I actually still really love this. So it's going to be really similar to this, but just with an added a little zhuzh of colour in there. Anyway, I am gonna time lapse this and crack on with it. Okay, so this was attempt number 1. Made it far too greeny, and I also spilt paint on it. Decided to try a flick paint splat situation. Didn't like it. And then tried this one. It's way too green, and I think I was trying to make it look too perfect, so I didn't like that one. Went on to this one. This was a bit better. I like the grey tones in this, but I still didn't love it. So I have 3 final ones, which are these, and I found that, so like the next one I think I did was this one, and I found that with the smaller leaves it was just working so much better. So I did those 2, and then I also printed out a different one which kind of matched these, and I had that nice kind of smaller leaf print as well. So that's going to be my set of 3 prints. But I thought they looked quite cute as a set, kind of fits with the green botanical vibe, but a bit more modern, and it's adding a little bit more dark to the area as well. Time to put all the decor in the room. So these are the prints that I just did, and I've put them in these really, really nice kind of wooden H&M frames. If you guys haven't already seen my H&M haul, I will link that here, because a lot of the kind of decor-y bits that I got for this room are in that haul, and it was my first ever H&M home order, and I was pleasantly surprised by the quality and the price of all the things that I got. These wooden frames were so affordable, and they look absolutely amazing and just warm the space up. So next up we went about making the bed. The undersheet and the bottom pillowcases are actually ones that my sister already had. You'll see that my sister's dog was absolutely dying to get in this bed for a nap. I can't blame her really. The duvet cover and those top pillowcases are actually from my local charity store. So again, I filmed a charity store kind of come shop with me video the other day, and I found this king size sheet set for, I think it was £7, which absolutely blows my mind. It's amazing quality and it's a nice kind of waffle finish, which is perfect because you don't have to iron it. This bed is actually a double bed, but we decided to put a king size duvet on it just to give it more of a luxe hotel kind of feel. And next up, of course, we had to add some cushions onto the bed to make it look nice and cozy and comfortable. So this dark cushion and the green one are ones that I got from my H&M haul, and the pink one is actually one that my sister found on Facebook Marketplace. I also added this really nice knitted throw to the end of the bed as well. I knew that I wanted to add in a lot more kind of darker colours with the soft furnishings because the room is so light. I didn't want it to become washed out, so I wanted to add in these kind of darker tones just to ground it a little bit more. For the bedside tables, I styled one with a couple of thrifted books and the lampshade that I upcycled, and on the other one I added a vase which was also upcycled and a little reed diffuser. The flowers in this vase actually look amazing. My sister got them from Dunelm. Once the dresser was all painted and we put the handles back on, we just moved that back into place and added a couple of little bits to kind of style it up as well. This is an artificial planted fern my sister already had, along with a cute little green scented candle as well, and I wanted to add in a little box of kind of like flannels and a pillow spray just to make it feel a little bit more welcoming for guests. So before we jump in and take a look at the after, I want to remind you guys of what this room was looking like before. These very, very vivid green walls were not the one, and I know my sister was so excited to literally get this room done. And here is the final result. So overall, we are both beyond happy with this room. It looks so much more welcoming, inviting. It has far more of a kind of traditional feel, but I tried to add in a few kind of modern touches just so it doesn't look too dated. I will link as much as possible down below for you guys in case you want to go check anything out, but I hope this video has shown that you guys can very much transform a room on a really small budget like we did. Let me know what you guys thought of the transformation. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up because it really supports my channel, and if you haven't already subscribed, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an upcoming video. And until next time, I will see you guys later.